Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another collection-related video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of my Disney Parks items. Now, this doesn't mean just Disney in general or Pixar items. I'm going to kind of keep those separate. These are just going to be items that are specifically focusing on either Disneyland or Disney World. And there's actually specifically a lot of items from the Haunted Mansion we're going to be taking a look at. But without further ado, let's jump right into the Disney Parks collection. So let's kick things off with what is arguably the most iconic part of any Disney park, and that is the castle. This is Sleeping Beauty's castle from Disneyland, and this is the Funko town model of it. It actually came with a little pop of Mickey Mouse, and I really love this figure. I was so excited when I saw that Funko was starting to make miniatures of buildings from the Disney parks, specifically Disneyland. I love the gold, and if I turn around here, you have the back of the castle, which actually looks really cool as well. And it's not super heavy, it's pretty lightweight, and they're still out there, so grab these while you can. And there's actually different I think there's different versions of this. This is kind of the standard version, and then there's one that has a darker blue and more gold around certain elements. And it's the perfect piece for the Disney section on my shelf. This is the OG Disneyland castle. The next item here is pretty small, but it is pretty significant in terms of the memory associated with it. This is the first visit pin that you can get at Walt Disney World, and yes, this is the one that I got at Walt Disney World a few years back in 2018 when we went and visited, and it was a really cool experience. I got to see so many of the things that I was always interested in and loved the history of. It was so great to finally see that in person, and it's cool to have a piece from that vacation, particularly in this pin. Now this is a really cool item. This is a little model of the partner statue, and this is actually a Christmas ornament. You can see the little ring here that the string would attach to, and I just love how detailed this model actually is, and it's super accurate to the real partner statue. And you can see that it was released for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and I just love this piece. And I actually love displaying it in front of the Funko castle because it's just the perfect match. But yeah, the partner statue at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland as well. Alright, so this next item is the first of many Haunted Mansion related items, and the Haunted Mansion is my favorite attraction at the Disney parks. And I've actually talked about this item on the channel before. I did an unboxing of it quite a while back. This is the Funko Pop again, the town model of the Haunted Mansion. This is the one specifically from Disneyland. There are different exteriors for the mansions throughout the Disney parks around the world, and this one is the original, and this is my personal favorite. I just love this building so much. Actually, you never really see the back of it. It is interesting to look at it from that angle. And this is probably one of my favorite items in the collection, possibly even as a whole. I don't know. It's hard to say what my favorite item is, but I love this building so much. This was the first Funko related miniature thing that I saw that they were doing, and I was so excited, and I got one immediately. I knew that we Haunted Mansion fans were going to buy this stuff up quick, so I went and got one as soon as I could. And a little fun fact, which I love that I just love the accuracy here. You'll notice that the weather vane has a pirate ship on the top, and you might be wondering why that is. Well, that's actually a reference to Pirates of the Caribbean. And in Disneyland, they're both in New Orleans Square, and I think originally they were kind of connected in story a little bit. So that's a fun little reference that they actually have accurately portrayed on this miniature. You can see the little door and the windows. I really hope that they continue to make miniature Disneyland and Disney World stuff, because these aren't super expensive, And imagine if you collected enough of them to where you could make your own mini Disneyland park setup. That would be so cool. But enough geeking out, let's get on to the next item. In the same vein as the partner statue, this is actually a Christmas ornament, and this was released by Hallmark. This is the 3 hitchhiking ghosts that we see at the end of the Haunted Mansion, and I always display this in front of the little mansion miniature that I just showed you. It's just a perfect pairing, and they even light up and make sound. Now I just realized I'm going to talk over this a little bit because this might be a copyright problem for this video, but it features audio from the Haunted Mansion. It features narration from the ghost host, voiced by Paul Frees, and the inspiration actually for Mr. Grimsey in the short film that I did. Very inspired by the Haunted Mansion. Hey, I think it died. Guys, I think I need to put new batteries in this. I'll see if I can find a clip of them working in the dark so you guys can see.
That is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight.
Anyway, yeah, this is a really cool piece, and just the detail again in the ghosts. I love just how they're translucent, and yeah, they play a bit of narration, a bit of that famous opening narration from the Haunted Mansion, and they also play a little bit of music, and it just gives me so much nostalgia when I hear that. And again, you can see the ring on the top of his head. What are their names? Let me think. There's Phineas, Ezra, and Gus. It's not officially their names, but that's what the fans have given them, those names over the years. So Ezra's head, on top of Ezra's head, you can see that little ring. And they got this nice stand that they're on with the logo. So cool. So cool. Another one of my favorite things related to the Haunted Mansion. And speaking of Phineas, Ezra, and Gus, we have some figurines of the hitchhiking ghost that my sister surprised me with for my birthday very recently. This is Phineas here. He does come with a suitcase, although I haven't been able to get him to hold it. Just don't want to break the suitcase. We have him here. It's got a cool color scheme going on, sort of the bluish greenish colors that they utilize for the ghosts. I think because in the ride they actually use a lot of blacklight paint, I think. Seems like. So I love that they kind of have that color scheme going on. That's Phineas, and then let's grab Ezra here. Here's Ezra, and he's got his hat. You can either have his hat on his head like that, or he could be holding his hat in his hand just like he does at the end of the ride. Throw your hat at me. And then here we have Gus, and he has this ball and chain. And they're so cool. She found all 3 of them. I've seen them in the stores before, but I've never been able to find all 3. Somehow she got all 3 of them. And yeah, they're really cool figures. And I love displaying them in front of my little mini Haunted Mansion poster, which I'll show you guys toward the end of the video. And this is the last item in the Disney Parks collection, specifically the Haunted Mansion collection. This is a little Dune Buggy, which is the ride vehicle that you enter when you are riding the Haunted Mansion. And you can see it has a mirror here. And what happens if I press this button? Let's see. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to talk over this as well. This is Grim Grinning Ghosts. And what do we have here? The 3 hitchhiking ghosts. And what's cool about this is that they're actually appearing to be projected on this mirror somehow. I don't know where from. I think it's behind the mirror. But it's kind of an illusion in and of itself. Very much in the vein of the ride. And this was released for the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion. Which, if you're a Haunted Mansion fan or a Disney fan, and you have not seen the videos of their special Disneyland 50th anniversary event for the Haunted Mansion, that is so cool. It's one of my favorite events that I've seen from the Disney parks. People that went to the event got to stay at Disneyland late at night after they closed, and they made it all spooky, and they had a bunch of cool stuff going on, all in celebration of the Haunted Mansion. I was not there. This is not from that specifically, but this was released to celebrate the 50th anniversary, and I've ordered one of these when I saw them because I thought they were cool, and I didn't have a lot of Haunted Mansion merch at the time. This might have been one of the first items actually that I got for the Haunted Mansion. And the last part of the Disney Parks collection that I want to show you guys is over at the drawing desk. And this is where I have these little posters from Disneyland set up here. So over here we've got the Haunted Mansion. And you can see this is where I display the Hitchhiking Ghosts and the Dune Buggy. We've got Pirates of the Caribbean. This one here is the original opening poster for the opening day, way back in 1955. And this one at the end, put a little light so you could see it. This is the Disneyland Railroad. So just some fun posters, and I love having them here behind the desk as I draw. They make just a great backdrop for me. And those were some of the Disney Parks items that I've collected over the years. And let me know in the comments below, have you ever been to Disneyland or Disney World? And if so, what was your favorite ride? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, I'll see you all in the next one.